Well, as the title suggests, right now, actually originally it was quite hard to get humanitarian aid to the civilians in Gaza, to the people who need it most. But they were getting like little things here and there, basically. Just scant trucks that were able to cross into the area to give food, water, and medical supplies. However, now allegedly there is nothing happening, absolutely nothing. So they're turning to the seas for food. That is what they happen to have nearest to them for a source of food. The problem is that they are unable to go out far into the ocean to fish, whereas where a lot of the kind of big schools of fish would be and something that could sustain them for longer, because Israel has made sure anyone crossing into that deeper ocean will be caught and killed. Or maybe just captured, but seems to have also killed on the list of things to do as well. So they've had to start fishing in the shallows, and these are where the tiny fish are, right? So it's extremely hard for these people, and there's a couple quotes in there, to go out, try to fish as much as they can every day, dwindling fish populations, and also after everyone's out there fishing for their own families, there's hardly anything left. Come back, have enough for your own family, and also have enough for maybe trying to sell to others. And so things are very difficult. And as we get further down in the article, we see, of course, that there are claims that even in the shallows, they are being shot at by Israeli forces, causing a lot of people to be either injured or killed. So even fishing has become very dangerous. And basically, they're desperate for any sort of food source, probably water as well, I would assume, in the area. And things are getting worse, continuing to get worse, without any end in sight.
True
that is the kind of the summary of what happens in the article. Now, it didn't talk much about the rules, which is the question I'm going to ask, but you can kind of understand what type of rules there might be. Like I said, going out too far. But yeah, how do you think these sort of current fishing rules make life harder for the fishermen in Gaza?
Well, I suppose it's simply about getting access to the right spots, and if you can't access the best fishing spots, then you're limited to fishing in the weaker spots. So suddenly your daily crop, that's a farming word. What would it be? Your daily catch, yes, will be reduced. So then your family and your sales are going to suffer. But also I wondered, breeding grounds are often in the shallows. That's why smaller fish are there, and then the fully grown adults will be the ones further out to sea. So could they be actually doing long-term damage to the fish ecosystem by continuing to fish in the shallows and pick up the smaller ones before they even reach adulthood and then are able to breed again? So they might be shooting themselves in the foot for the long term, the Israelis, by continuing this policy. In environmental terms.
In environmental terms, yeah. Probably just allow that fishing to happen. You can still have a blockade, it just maybe a little bit further out. With all the aid from different countries, I'm sure that they can afford a bigger ocean blockade.
Or they could just let the food trucks in,
Or,
if they don't want the fishing, then let more of the aid trucks in.
Yeah, that would make sense as well. Kind of logical sense in a lot of ways. Now, in general, not in Gaza, because we've found that the dangers there might be death from gun, but what dangers and problems do fishermen in general encounter?
Well, it's all about fishing rights, and it's, again, Britain is a fishing nation. We're an island, so it's about fishing rights. A lot of our North Sea, we've had arguments over the North Sea with the Danes, I think, with the Icelandic, with the is it the Finnish on this side? No, the Norwegians. Most recently, though, we've had fishing rights arguments and threats have been made with Britain and France because we share a piece of water, the Channel, and out into the North Sea, to the what is it, the west of England and France. And when we were going through the Brexit negotiations, we're making very new deals after Brexit had happened with the various European countries, and the real anger, and there was protests, there was like Britain, our fishing rights, there was people on the streets, you know, getting really shouty. France is not our friend anymore, and it was all about who has the rights to which bit of the ocean for the fish. So yeah, it can get a bit heated.
On the other hand, what is a famous fish dish in France? Exactly. What's a famous fish dish in England?
Fish and chips. But do you know what kind of fish that is?
No clue.
It's cod or haddock, traditionally.
And that's not in the French and English channel
I'm
area?
sure, actually, if I knew more about French cuisine, they probably, because it's in their area too, I bet they make things with it. But it's not their national dish still.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it the national dish of England?
Well, it's known. We promote it as our favourite national dish, basically.
Oh, I do.
We
like
should get
it, though.
all cod fishing rights.
All of them. All of them.
'Cause that's how
no
it
matter
works.
where it is in the world.
Yes, the entire. Well, it's like the swans. All swans belong to the Queen or the King now.
Oh yes.
So all cod belongs to Britain.
Yep.
All our base belong to us.
Oh wow! How many 90s and 80s kids are going to get that?
Oh, I hope somebody gets our strange references from the 90s.
We've gone too far.
We have
We've gone too far. It's time to bring it back to the
Fish.
important stuff. Not fish.
Not fish?
Vocabulary. Yes.
Right.
Go ahead and cast your net wide for this one and pull in a few of these. You'll be able to dine on them for a long time. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Widespread.
Widespread.
Onslaught.
Onslaught.
Makeshift.
Makeshift.
Eke out.
Eke out.
Scant.
Scant.